Hi, this is Carolyn, and today I'm sharing my Gelliprint journal. First, I'm going to clean the plate. Thank you so much to the community for all the tips and collaboration, everybody discussing how we can best clean our plate. At this point, I'm using just a mist of water from an optician bottle, which lifts the acrylic paint from the plate. This paint has been on here for over a week. And I'm using just a piece of cloth, abrasive cloth with some tooth to clean it off, torn from a t-shirt or a terry towel. Oil will remove any marker residue or residue from staining paints. And although I have used baby oil in the past, and seems to be what everybody's using, I don't have any. So I went for vegetable oil, and that's working beautifully. The first thing I'm playing with today is drawing with Posca Pen. So just drawing intuitively, but if you can't do that, you can put an image underneath, a print underneath your jelly plate and trace it. Behind that, or on top of it now, but it will be behind when it's a print, I'm putting flowers that I've drawn with chalk pastel. So soft pastel, which is dusty and transfers nicely, sticks beautifully to the plate from paper. So I didn't place it too well there. I should have placed it in the open spots, but there you go. Notice how lightly I'm holding the brayer. Don't hold the brayer as if it were a wall roller. You're not painting a wall. If we do that, then we'll get the stripes that everybody's talking about. How do I get rid of the stripes? Put no pressure on the brayer. The brayer will roll itself across the jelly plate when you hold it and move it. If you push too hard, the brayer will also slide, so it won't roll the paint. The jelly plate is slippery. Acrylic paint is slippery. All you need is the weight of the brayer to roll the plate. So here I've put the painted side of the jelly plate onto the journal page, and I just use the bottom of the page to align so that I get a little bit of a margin. If I lift the corner and the plate is clean, then it's ready to be lifted. So at this one, I waited about 3 or 4 minutes, not very long at all. Just use a very light coat of paint and you won't have to wait very long at all. I'm using a Sharpie marker just from the dollar store to draw on the plate. And the color is Posca, but I suppose you could also use color Sharpies or even acrylic paint to fill that in. And I have a big plan here to transfer the text from the magazine page I'm using onto the plate so that the text will be white, and then if I pick it up with a dark blue, I'll see white text. But that doesn't happen. I'll have to try that again. What happens instead is that my whole print gets picked up by the magazine paper, and I have no transfer of text left whatsoever. But I like that print, so I decide to move on and use it as collage to do some direct collage fruit bowls in my art journal. So I cut whatever shapes I want. Here I'm cutting a bowl, and I cut them out of collages and prints that I can't really use for anything else. A lot of people are asking why I do the direct collage on the jelly plate and why I don't do it in the traditional way, conventional collage. Well, I do conventional collage sometimes, but what I really like about this is the accidents that happen. I like that when I turn it upside down, I can't really control it. I also really like the patterns and designs that I'm getting from the other papers, which of course I would get with traditional collage as well. But it's the background that creates the interest. For me, it's good when I take my head out of the game. I do traditional art, and things like plein air painting. But sometimes I need to just loosen up and play intuitively. Once again, here I'm trying to transfer. So I try it again. I'm using an ad from the grocery store, and again, it doesn't work. So no luck on that today. Maybe it's the newspaper that doesn't transfer. Maybe I put the paint on too thick. Anyway, it doesn't work. Blooper. So I put white paint over it. I'm going to pick it up anyway because I like my collage and it won't hurt. Nobody knows what my intentions were. So we'll just see what I get. The fun thing about having a journal is that it's also very low stakes. You know, these journals are cheap and it's really fun to keep all these collages and be able to flip through them and get ideas for more jelly prints or for paintings. I realized after I was keeping an art journal for a while that an art journal is a journal of your artistic development, not necessarily an art journal or illustrated journal of your life, although I suppose it could be that as well. So I decided to make another one, and the next one I make is using a piece of paper from a jelly print I made with a rolling pin. This is the image from that video if you want to look for it. This one comes together pretty quickly, and then I flip it over, and we're going to use orange for the table and pick it up with white. If at any point you want to look at parts of the YouTube more closely, you can hit the space bar and the YouTube will stop. And then when you hit the space bar again, it will continue. So you can take your time and look at some of the things that you would like to look at longer than I'm making go too fast. It's actually so much fun to make a journal. It just becomes a very beautiful book, a beautiful record of beautiful things. And you can work in series for a couple of pages. You might be fixated on trying something and you do it over and over. You can go back and forth in a journal. You can work into earlier pieces after you learn more. It's quite a joy as an artist to have a journal, an art journal. It's all in one place. If I'm not using an art journal, then my jelly prints or other work, drawing, paintings, they're all piled up in different places. Just spritzing that a little bit and cleaning the plate, again with the cloth. This method works beautifully. In so many classes I've taught, I've met people who are really intent on starting every print with a completely clean plate. I'm not like that, but I respect those who are. And this is a great solution because you can clean the plate very easily every time. So here's another one, and I flip it. And I think this one I print with just white. When I turn it over and see the music paper that I used for the other jelly print, I think, oh shoot, I should have kept the music paper. Anyway, here we are lifting the corner, making sure that the plate is clean before I lift. That one's lovely actually. I really like that one, very clean. So they're so fun, aren't they? That one's so smooth. And here's one more just for fun. This bowl is cut from a piece of paper that already has direct collage on it. So let me show you the rest of the journal here. Here's some fruit bowls that I've done before. And you can see that they change over time. It's just fun to have a record of the jelly prints that I've made using transfers, text. That's a fun page, abstracts. There's the ones we made today. I didn't keep them all in the video, but I made all those today. So one of the things I do with these is I turn them into paintings. I do have a video where I demonstrate that I took one of the collages and turned it into a watercolor painting. That's in this video, I think, collaging directly onto the jelly plate. And they turn out particularly well sometimes if you look at them in black and white. So that's an interesting idea for inspiration for prints or for watercolors, or even just for printing on your printer or at the copy store using for cards. Anyway, I hope this is inspiring for you. Give it a whirl and show me what you do, and start your own jelly printing journal.